Hey guys, this is Dr. Langdon, board certified pediatrician, fellow of the American Academy of Pediatrics, and mom of 6. And today has been a beautiful day. This is Sunday evening. And you know, there's always that little bit of a melancholy on Sunday evening as the weekend draws to a close and the work week begins. And sometimes when I'm feeling a wee bit melancholy, I think about questions. And tonight's question in my head is going out to all of those people who share disinformation on the internet that really scares people about vaccines. They share numbers that aren't accurate at all. They're not true. And then from those inaccurate numbers, make the wrong conclusions and share scary stories about vaccines that aren't true. And this drives increased vaccine hesitancy. And when parents are scared of vaccines, their children don't receive them. And then the children aren't protected against vaccine preventable diseases. So here are the two questions I've been pondering, because I've, honest to goodness, never understood it. And so I'm genuinely asking out of curiosity. This is not meant to be shameful. It is just meant to show you how I'm feeling on this melancholy Sunday evening. I think the first question would be, if people don't trust us that we've received an undergraduate degree and a medical degree and at least 3 years of residency, and in my case, over 30 years of actually being a pediatrician, if they don't believe that we learned the physiology of infections and memory B cells and immunology and all of it, pathophysiology and infectious diseases and epidemiology and public health, if they don't think we were actually trained in those things. I've seen so many, social media posts that physicians aren't trained in vaccines, and that is simply not true. I received extensive training in vaccines, and now as a medical school professor, give extensive lectures on vaccines. So I can say from both sides of that equation, that is absolutely false. Well, anyway, so if they don't believe that we were trained and that we don't know what we're doing and we don't understand it, even though we give all those vaccines to our same children, why do they think then that if their child gets gravely ill, such as from pneumonia following measles, when measles is completely preventable by receiving the vaccine, why do they think that we, the same people that they don't trust our training or our credentials or our ability to do math or science or understand any of it, then why do they think we are smart enough to assess their infant or young child for all the signs of respiratory distress, to do a complete physical exam on them, to come up with the differential diagnosis of what might be wrong with them, to formulate a plan for how to manage that, to intubate their child, to place their child on a ventilator, to draw an arterial blood gas on their child and make an analysis from the ABG of how we should adjust the vent settings? I've never understood that. If we're not smart enough to understand vaccine science, why are we smart enough to resuscitate children? I'm just, honest to goodness, just an honest question. And the second question is, because it kind of feels like we're getting picked on as pediatricians lately, do you also go to your closing for a house with your attorney who specializes in mortgages or real estate law, and you question them? Did they go to law school? Did they understand it? Are they doing the closing right? Do you rewrite the closing all by yourself because you Googled it or you saw a Facebook post about it? Just curious. When you ride on an airplane, do you research where that pilot went to pilot school and how many years they've practiced and what their grades were like? And do you have them route the course differently because you don't trust his ability or how he interprets the sensors on his plane? I'm just curious. Do you, when you ride in your car with your precious family in your car over a bridge, do you say, hey, I want to know the civil engineer who designed this bridge? Did he do the accurate calculations with his math and his complex formulas? I need to see his college degree. I need to see those formulas. I'm smarter than that. I'm going to redo those formulas because I'm not an expert in this at all. But I did see that post on Facebook and they said they're not designing the bridges right. So I feel that I need to redesign this bridge. That's what it feels like when you guys don't understand that there are decades of science and research and evidence and data to support the safety and effectiveness of the MMR vaccine. So those are just my questions for y'all this melancholy Sunday night. Feel free to enlighten. Thanks so much.